So basically, self-esteem is your overall opinion of yourself, how you feel about your abilities and your limitations. When you have healthy self-esteem, you feel good about yourself and you see yourself as deserving of respect of others. When you have low self-esteem, you put little value on your opinions and ideas. You might even constantly worry that you aren't good enough. So self-esteem is an essential characteristic needed to achieve our goals efficiently, seen as it is related to self-confidence. So to better understand the benefits of self-esteem, we must first become familiar with its concept. Self-esteem is the assessment we have of ourselves based on an adequate perception of our ability and our personality. Contrary to what many may think, a person with high self-esteem does not necessarily have to be a presumptuous person. It often happens that people with good self-esteem are the most discreet and reserved. People with good self-esteem are carriers of confidence in themselves, which is beneficially needed basically in any task they might undertake, as well as being a protective factor against stress and depression. Now let's talk about the benefits of self-esteem. Benefit number 1, the ability to forgive. Well-established self-esteem allows you to be able to forgive adequately without resentment. Now, this ability does not necessarily have to do only with forgiving of others. It actually also has to do with forgiving of oneself. That's forgiving yourself. If you make a mistake today, you should be able to forgive yourself, learn from that mistake and move on. Don't beat yourself up about it. Benefit number 2, ability to face and overcome problems. In general, people with this characteristic confront problems in an assertive and frontal manner. They do not feel the need to avoid these problems because they trust in themselves and their abilities, and they know that they will be able to overcome. Now, benefit number 3, better mental health. The correlation between mental health and self-esteem is highly positive because people with a better self-concept of their lives are able to avoid conflicts and toxic situations once they see it coming. And even if they are not able to see it coming from a far distance, they are able to get out of any toxic situation that they might find themselves in. Why? Because they believe in themselves and their abilities, and they have great self-esteem, which lets them know that no matter how toxic a situation has to be, it doesn't have to affect you. Analysis just brings higher self-esteem, greater levels of emotional assertiveness, and therefore lower levels of stress, depression, and anguish. Benefit number 4, better development of skills. When you have good self-esteem, you facilitate a better development of your personal skills, taking into account that a person with better concept of themselves is much more inclined to aspire to achieve goals that will enhance their personal abilities.